Hello and welcome to my 4th episode of my Zeah Only Ironman. To kick off this episode, just got 32 thieving, and I've also gotten about 8 of these rare fruits, so I'll definitely have plenty of herbivore boosts because of this fruit stall. I'll be going for about 45 to 50 thieving, and that'll happen in no time because this experience from fruit stall is really good. I'll also be getting my mining up, and I'll definitely be getting my fishing up. That way I get higher tier rewards from Wintertodt when I go over there. I'll be getting at least 100% Arceuus favor. That way I can cap it out and lock it, and also get 20% Arceuus favor. That way I can get the fire staff, which will be my second and final warm item that I can get before I get any of the pyromancer items from Wintertodt. I'll also be getting some passive farming experience and crafting experience, as I'll probably go back to plowing fields all the way to 100, because I need to get the crafting experience, and farming experience will also be nice on side. I'll also be getting some construction experience while I'm doing Wintertodt. I don't know how much I'll get going to 99, but I'll definitely get that up, which is working towards my goal of unlocking the molds for crafting, which is in the tool store 4 at 44 construction. So I hope you enjoy the episode, and here it is. Just finishing up a grave event right here, and hopefully Leo ends up giving me a new emote any moment now. And man, this text is really slow. I get it, Leo. You can take me back to where I am. Oh, I get the zombie pieces. Not really too much of a fan of those, but I guess I'll keep them in the bank. I really do want the emotes, the zombie walk, and I believe it's the zombie dance, wherever they are. Yeah, these two. So, eventually I'll get those, but for now, just gonna have to keep hoping I get that event. Just got 38 thieving, which means I can now pickpocket master farmers, which means I now have a reliable source of seeds whenever I start farming. I've also gotten a bunch of strange fruits, which will be a substitute for when I end up needing run energy. Instead of having to use super energy or regular energy, I can just use one of these for 30 energy boost. Just finished up 45 thieving, which unlocks a bunch of stuff that I can't do on Zeah. So, the most important thing from levels I just gained, it was 40 thieving, which gives me ability to pickpocket guards. They'll give me some ability to get some GP. Also got a sapphire from a random event while I was doing that. And I've stored up a bunch of fruit. I'm going to use the pineapples to make super compost until I can farm watermelons. And I'll use the strange fruit while I'm running around, or have to run across Zeah. I'll be going off and maxing out the Arceuus favor next, and then that should automatically protect my crops. So I'll start some farming after I pickpocket some of the master farmers. Just finished the trip to master farmers because I have 50 Arceuus favor, and those automatically protect all of my crops, so I don't have to pay for protection. So grab some seeds. I can now plant some of these, like the tomatoes, or the cabbage seeds, guam, and also I believe this is the rosemary seed. So I'll try to get some farming experience started, and while I'm finishing up the 100%, I can at least grow a round of crops. Also got random seeds, so I'll be useful later on for prayer pots. Just finishing up the mime event here. I believe, like the last event with the gravedigger, I'm not going to be able to get the emotes. Oh, got the emote. It's the first of the 4. I think any piece of the costume, but those will probably come next. So, also decided to put some of my pineapple into super compost when I plant some seeds, just as a update of why I have some pineapples in here. And also, I'm already up to almost 17 crafting and almost 10 farming, and I'm about 59% on that, so it's coming along pretty well. Just finished up the Arceuus favor right here. Probably the first person to ever do 0 to 100% on just these plows, but got plenty of good crafting experience and farming experience that I can use later. So I'm going to head over, finish up a farming trip, and then I'm going to go lock the favor. Just finished up doing a farm run here and got 14 farming, which means I can now do Martills. I already got 6 of the 12 glom leaves that I need for when I do the Druid Ritual quest. And I'll be going off and trying some fishing now, before I go off and train some mining. And then I should be ready for Wintertodt. Just picking up 30 fishing here. Decided to move over to this fly fishing spot because it's a lot faster experience, and I got tired of world hopping over at the net spot. Now I can finally fish salmon, and I also bought 500 feathers to begin with, which turns out to be a lot more experience than I thought. So I'll end up with close to 40 fishing by the time I'm done with all of these, and I'll probably end up cooking them before I go over and start mining. So this is the reason why I want to get 68 Hunter as quick as possible, because it's events like these that are really rare, that if I had a clean torso on me, he would give me a full stamina pot, but instead I have to sell for a regular strength potion. I was about ready to get 40 fishing, but I'm going to have to stop here because apparently orange feathers do not qualify as a suitable color of feather to fish with. So I'll stop here for now. I might go and catch some tuna or something, because I can now catch that. It was unlocked at 35 fishing. And I'll be back once I finish cooking and see where I get to. Got level 34 cooking coming in, and while that doesn't really unlock anything important, well, it can cook garden pies, but nothing really good there. I do have 500 total level now, which is a big milestone in my Zeah Only Ironman. 40 cooking coming in here. Can now cook lobsters and cakes. Ended up getting almost 43 cooking from the whole amount of fish that I had. Decided that I'm going to sell some of the smaller, more useless fish such as sardines, mackerel, and herrings, and try and get some cash for it. I'm not going to hop worlds, so I'm just going to sell it all at once. Oh, 73 GP, the memes right there. And that gets me about almost 1 box worth of 100 feathers, so it's a little GP to work with. I'm currently extremely broke at the moment because all those feathers I bought, the 500, took me down to 5 GP in the bank, as you can see in a moment. When I get over here, yeah, I had 5 GP. So, got 357 trout and 127 salmon. That'll be really big for Wintertodt, plus the 228 cakes, and I also sold some strawberries to afford those packs of feathers, but that's not really a big deal as they don't have too much of an importance except for having a really good inventory, healing per an inventory spot if you put them in a basket, but I won't be using that except maybe in Skatizo, so in almost no situation will I be using the strawberries. Just did a quick trip to Master Farmer so I could get some more seeds. Didn't get the seeds I was really hoping for. I only got 1 tomato seed and 2 cabbage seeds, but I did get a couple good herb seeds. Well, good as in I can use them pretty soon. 2 Termin and 1 Marntil. So I'm kind of happy with that. Also got 2 rosemary seeds, so that'll help out with a little extra farming boost. And I'll be back when I'm doing the farming run in a moment. Just finished up the farm run. Ended up also getting some super compost, so now I'm at 29 total in the leprechaun storage. Got almost 2 levels, just 26 experience off 16 farming, and about 90 minutes should be able to do another farm run. Already got, this should be 15 Guam ready and banked, so got the stuff I need for doing Druid Ritual, and all I need now is a games necklace and to make a pie, which should all be able to be done soon. I'm going to take a quick break from skilling. I'm actually going to go and do the Arceuus house to 20%. This is probably one of my least favorite houses because if you don't have someone else to help you, and at the moment I don't have anyone to help me, this house is really slow because you gotta go up to the top, figure out where the book is, and it becomes a mess. So I'm just gonna do it to 20%. I also will be putting the experience on rune crafting because the magic experience is easy, but the rune crafting in the long run is gonna take a while. So I got really lucky on this last book, and overall I found all of these books really fast. But on my last request for 20%, I ended up getting the Transportation Ink, which means that I should be able to unlock the Teleport to Corin, which I need to do at some point, and here he'll ask for a book, and that puts me at 21% Arceuus favor. Now I'm pretty sure I can't bank these, and I can only take 4 rune crafting experience, so sadly I'm going to have to do this because, well, I'm not going to sacrifice 7 inventory spaces to hold on to them until later, because I really do not feel like going through and doing all the way to 100%, even though this is going really fast, and also the dark manuscripts are 6% per one. Since I've done the Client of Corin quest, which is really nice, but still, I'm going to hold off a bit on that favor, so I can try and get a few Wintertodt games in. So after looking for my bank, I need a little bit more cash if I want to buy that staff, so I'm going to have to sell these couple items here, and now I should have enough cash to buy a fire staff. Just run over here to the staff shop, and let's see, I believe they're discounted versus their original price. No. So I'm gonna be back in a second when I can actually buy. I'm gonna check for a few more things I can sell so I can get 1500 coins. So I ended up selling 5 death runes, 10 salmon, and 20 trout to do this. It's a really good investment, so I'm not going to be too sad that I lost those items. They'll definitely come back with a great return on investment with this Staff of Fire. I'll talk a little bit more about Wintertodt and the calculations I did, and just overall how beneficial this Fire Staff will be. Before I enter Wintertodt, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I did certain things I did, such as gain the warm items. With Wintertodt, you get damaged based upon a special calculation thing they have. You can look it up on Google. It's been tweeted out by one of the J-mods, but the difference in damage at my current HP between 2 and 1 warm items is a full point of damage, so it will be significant in the long run for me to have done the house favor and all that I did to have the 2 warm items. At 4 warm items, it looks like it'll drop it another point of damage, so hopefully I'll get the Pyromancer outfit fairly quickly. Another thing with Wintertodt is I will be getting construction experience whenever I repair the broken brazier, which will be really useful in getting towards my goal of 44, which I've talked about before. I'll also be doing Wintertodt in World 9, just because I kind of want the quicker games, and it does take a significant amount of resources to conduct solo games, and I'm not proficient at it, so I will not be doing solos for the 27 or 25 roll loot crates that they have. Also, I will be fletching because I do want to try to hit 3 rolls as much as possible. That's because I do want to try to also get the Tome of Fire, and if RNG permits, the Dragon Axe, which will be my best axe that I can get. So, next up will be Wintertodt, and I hope you enjoy seeing my loots. I'll be opening chests in sets of 10 until I get a total of 4 warm items. So if I get the headpiece and legs, then I'll have 4 total warm items, and then I'll start opening them in either sets of 25 or sets of 50. Just in my first Wintertodt kill, and it went pretty well. However, I did do something really stupid. Even though I read up on it yesterday, I completely forgot about it. I need to have a POH before I can actually start gaining construction experience. So I'm about ready to go sell some more items and get the money so I can buy a POH. It means I have to go walk all the way down to wherever he is. So, yeah, I gotta go walk down to the state agent down here, and then I gotta go walk all the way back up to here, but it's worth gaining the construction experience, so I'm about ready to go do that quickly. I don't know what I'm going to sell yet. I'm just going to withdraw a bunch of items and see what's worth the most. It'll probably involve, these are definitely going to go, but I'll see what I can sell, and I believe I need 1,000 coins, or I need 5k. I'll go double check before I go and buy it. So I ended up selling some more cakes, trout, salmon. The mithril tips didn't turn out to be that expensive, and also pickpocketed a man a few times to get the money, but now I can invest in real estate. Whenever this guy decides to steal my 1,000 coins for it, because it's such a great investment, I'll never have to pour money into construction because real estate's an investment, right? Yeah, let's just say, cool, read construction guide and drop. So, I'm going to go back up to Wintertodt, and I should be able to finally get construction experience from the bracers whenever they break. I have to say, there's some downsides with being in World 9. I mean, look at these wasteful people. The coins, the trout, I mean, all this stuff. And Ironman could put some really good use to it. Plus the conversations in Wintertodt, just... let's not talk about those. Those are some interesting times of stuff to read. Already done 10 KC at Wintertodt. Already up to 58 fire making also. So, about ready to open the supply crates. And 11 burned pages off the bat. The coins will be really nice. And some fish and all that. So, 5 more. And... more fish, herbs. Ooh, Burma torch. That kind of hurts, but cool. It's a good amount of coins, and that'll definitely help me with buying runes in that. That Burma torch is just kind of annoying. I guess I'll just wield it because it looks cool. But, overall, the loot, it's alright. It's only 10 KC so far. And I'll just keep on doing Wintertodt. I may take a quick mining break while, just because I've done 10 KC, just want to change things up quickly. So I'll probably just do a little bit more mining, and then I'll come back to Wintertodt for another 10 KC. Just got the Freaky Forester event while I was going over to mine, so about ready to grab a piece of his sweet costume right there, and got the hat. Oof. Now I can be really styling. Coming in here, we got 40 mining, which means I should be able to mine gold. However, I don't think there's any gold ore spots on Zeah, and most of my gold ore is going to come from either blast mining, raids, or it's going to come from Wintertodt, because I believe it also drops some noted gold ore from those crates. So I'll continue on mining. I'm just going to get some more levels until I just get tired of this. So probably about 45 I'll finish off. I'll then go smith the bars into some more knives. I don't know how many levels that'll get me, but it'll be some nice experience. And after that I'll probably go back to Wintertodt, do another 10 KC. Just got 42 mining here, which is a big milestone that I forgot about. At 42 you unlock the ability to mine volcanic sulfur, which is the best way to get your Lovican favor up. You go over here with a face mask, which is going to require me to get another 64 Slayer experience off of a random event. And then I'll be able to get the Lovican favor up after I max out my Arceuus house and lock it. Just got 5 cut rubies from a pinball event. Those will be going into rings of forging later on, so that's about 700 iron ore that I can have 100% smelt rate on. So that'll be pretty useful whenever I get the crafting level for it. I didn't expect it to happen this quickly, but just got the classroom event, which means 10 Slayer right here. And that unlocks cave crawlers, even though there's none on Zeah. But in reality, that actually unlocks the Lovakin favor because I can now equip face masks. I do need 33 prayer, or 33 magic, to go and telegrab a face mask. Oops. Just go up here. And it is, if you go up the stairs all the way to the bank, there's actually a face mask in one of the prisons that you can telegrab. And I believe that was added due to the request from Evan Andrew H, due to the fact that Zeah Only Ironman couldn't unlock Lovakin favor because there was no face mask on Zeah, and the rest of it was unreasonable to get to, so you could actually earn the Lovakin favor. So I'll probably move that up sooner. I may actually do, after I finish 45 mining here, I may actually go and do the Arceuus favor, even though I'm not looking too forward to it. I may cap that out and then be ready to go for the Lovakin favor. I'll need to grab some cash, potentially, to actually get to 33 magic, but I'll see how it goes, and I could probably just sell some of the iron bars or iron knives or something of the sorts to get the money. Just getting 45 mining here means I can mine, I believe, granite? Double check in a second. Yep, can mine granite, so definitely get that 100-something K mining experience an hour whenever I decide to visit the desert Kappa. But I'm going to finish up this inventory here, and then smelt the ore, and move over to smithing all these into iron knives. Just finishing up the remaining iron bars I got. I had just over 400 of them that I turned into knives this round, so that's going to put me up to have 1.8k in the bank, so I'll have 4.1 iron knives in total to start training range with, in addition to the bronze ones I made. Also, I'm going to make a steel scimitar, just for when I decide to go for base 20 melees. The bronze sword that I had in there is kind of, it's been used well enough, and I really need an upgrade to try to speed this up. When I was trying to kill the lizardmen soldiers, it was really slow. I'm about ready to go do another farm run, since I've kind of neglected that for a bit. And then after that, I'll be going back to Wintertodt. I do want to get 40 smithing at some point, because then I can smelt the gold ore that I get into bars, because I can't get the bars drop, except for, I believe, some Slayer monsters in the catacombs. So I'll definitely need to get 40 smithing for the ore, and I'm not that far off. Coming in here is 17 farming, and I'll be ending the episode here. I've done plenty of gains, gotten 100% Zeah's favor, got 20% Arceuus, just started Wintertodt, and also did some mining, fishing, cooking. Did a bunch of stuff this episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode I'm looking at definitely going back to Wintertodt, because I need to start hiding the Pyromancer pieces, the Tome of Fire, and I'm going to be trying to delay on training up my combat stats, because I do want to stay low HP until I finally have the Tome of Fire. Because once I get Tome of Fire, full Pyromancer outfit, I'm probably just going to stop Wintertodt in general. And I want to try to be able to use stuff like cakes and trouts as most efficiently as possible. So it may be a really long grind of me doing Wintertodt and skilling. Another thing that I looked at was to try and reach my long-term goal of getting the rune crossbow, I'm going to be wanting to try to use a crossbow with diamond bolts. So I have to get the fletching level, and Wintertodt's helping out a lot with fletching. I'm almost 35. And smithing, I'm going to be needing to try and make an Addy crossbow. Well, Addy crossbow requires 76 smithing, and I do need to get the smithing levels at some point. So I'm going to be constantly cycling through doing runs of Wintertodt and mining and Wintertodt and mining. I might get lucky and finish up Wintertodt early though. So that's just down to RNG. I'm also going to want to get my HP up before I do Lovakin favor, because the there's these clouds that do constant damage, and it's more beneficial to have high HP. So overall, here's my bank. While I just keep talking, if you want to look at some of it, I've got plenty of seeds from Master Farmers, and organize this so you can start to see the supplies as it comes in. I do want to also get my crafting up, and probably one of the best ways for me to do this is to start using gems and that I get from Wintertodt and such, and mining, because I want to definitely get, I believe it's 34 for a ruby ring to try help speed up the smithing grind. And jewelry, as you can see here, ruby ring is 34, and then I'm probably going to end up splashing, that way I can keep my HP low, so I can get all the way up to, I believe it's 49 magic. Yeah, 49 magic for level 3 enchant, which is ruby. So it's going to be trying to manage my cash pile, just trying not to get overwhelmed by the whole just going back and forth between Wintertodt and mining. So I may also take a break and cap out the Arceuus favor just to finish that off. And with that, once I get my crafting up to 38, that means I'll be able to start working on rune crafting. Because what I've noticed is I can charge the Dark Essence, which is about 60 experience per an inventory. And I also get some passive mining and some passive crafting experience while I craft the, or mine the essence and then craft them into shards. And then I'll just keep doing that to get the rune crafting experience. During the higher levels of rune crafting, I'll be needing to use tomes most likely to get better experience rate, but I'll deal with that when it gets to it. Once I get this first level in construction also from Wintertodt, it should speed up a lot. So most of my content's going to be probably Wintertodt, more skilling, Wintertodt, more skilling, until I get the items I want from Wintertodt, and then finally I can go into combat and really start hitting that hard. So hope you've been enjoying the episodes. I've definitely been enjoying watching my progress and seeing how everything grows, and I hope to have episode 5 out soon.